This meeting to order, and before we get started, we also have at 6:15 we do have one public hearing. So in the middle of all the promotions and all, we will have to pause and do a quick public hearing, and then we'll go back into regular meetings. So with that, we'll move down to section 2, approval of the agenda. 2.1, changes to agenda and approval of agenda. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. So now we are to recognitions, and 3.1 is recognition of the 2021 through 2022 Okaloosa County School District Outstanding School Volunteers. And Dr. Hale, I'll turn it over to you, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of the superintendent, we would like to extend our gratitude and appreciation to the Okaloosa County School District Volunteers of the Year. There are 3 to be recognized tonight. I'd like to read a little bit about each one of them if I could.
Yes, sir.
We did ask for their administrators to give us a little bit of a biography on them so that we would know exactly what we were recognizing here tonight. So I would like to start, first of all, mentioning Miss Peggy Barnes and Miss Maureen Bennett from Plough Elementary. They're both from the same school. According to Principal Matz, she says Peggy and Maureen started out volunteering in their daughter's kindergarten classrooms at Plough Elementary. Peggy 8 years ago and Maureen 6 years ago. Between the two of them, they have 14 volunteer years between them. They became close friends and evolved into the Box Top Grannies. A lot of personal time is given to cutting, scanning, and coordinating the payments to the school from the Box Tops for Education program. Their dedication to that program has provided the Plough Parent Leadership Association several $100s each year toward extra features around the school. This year, the money is going towards new rubber turf for the playground.
All right.
This dynamic duo then made a huge impact on the teachers 4 years ago and added the copy room chores to their volunteering projects. They have a team of dedicated volunteers that come in on scheduled hours each day to take over the time-consuming load of copying, laminating, and cutting for our teachers. From the handmade gifts, funny life stories they tell, and consistent well wishes to all the staff and students, these two grannies have become a cozy staple of Plough Elementary, and Miss Matt signed that with a smiley face. So those are the two volunteers from Plough Elementary.
All right.
And then, according to Miss Lisa Jones, the AP at Longwood, Jean Mitchell, who is the Volunteer of the Year from Longwood Elementary. Miss Jean Mitchell has been volunteering at Longwood Elementary since her son Alex was in kindergarten. He'll be a 3rd grader this year. Jean has served as PTO member, vice president, and now president this coming school year. She is also a member of the school SAC committee. She assists with book fairs, fundraisers, PBIS student incentive store, monthly staff treats, and all things art related. These many contributions have had a lasting impact on Minnie, and the entire Longwood staff is thankful that she is part of the Leopard family. And so on behalf of the superintendent, we would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to Miss Peggy Barnes, Miss Maureen Bennett, and Miss Jean Mitchell. And so, Mr. Chairman, I'm not exactly sure how we want to do the
Okay,
photographs.
so if we can
I'll
have
look
the
at you.
volunteers come on up with their respective principals, assistant principals, if we can have them come up.
And I know that Ms. Ivanchek, who represents the foundation, would like to be in the photos, as well as Dr. Kelly, who represents Plough, and Dr. White, who represents Longwood.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you.
Let's kind of get in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll take the photo first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Peggy.
I'm gonna get a whole group shot, sorry. If that's okay. Take my card off.
So now we are going to move down to Section 4, visitors. We had no visitors on the agenda tonight. So Section 5, administrative personnel appointments. And our first appointment will be item 5.1, appointment of Chief Financial Officer of Finance, Dr. Hale.
Okay, so on behalf of the superintendent, I think that he would like to first of all acknowledge that we have had an excellent experience with our interim CFO in this transition time. And we have searched all over the United States. We have posted our job. We have interviewed a lot of people only to find our best candidate right here in Okaloosa County. And so I'm excited on behalf of the superintendent to recommend to the board that we appoint Ms. Julie Perry, our current interim CFO, as our permanent Chief Financial Officer.
So with that, item 5.1 is the appointment of Chief Financial Officer Ms. Julie Perry, Finance, as recommended by the superintendent for approval. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion?
Can I third it and can we fourth it?
And a fourth, and we'll raise two hands.
I think we'll fifth it in just a minute.
We will.
Yeah, that's right.
Any discussion? None. Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Perry.
I just wanted to thank the superintendent and the board and for your vote of confidence in me. It really means a lot. And I can't think of a better place to work. I have enjoyed every job I've done in Okaloosa County. It's the best school district and it means the world.
And you helped make it the best school district.
Yes, you have.
Thank you.
I don't think people understand how complex public education funding is, because it's not like you have this amount of money and you can spend it on anything you want. It's very complex and comes at you from a lot of places, but you are always so good about handling that and also working with individuals such as me who need some help with that. So thank you for being so patient and being so good at being ahead of what's going on as far as the finances of our district. It really makes a difference.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, Dr.
Mr. Chair?
I'm going to make my family come up.
Finance folks? Now you're here, come on down.
Come on, everybody.
Show us the money.
This is
I don't want to.
yeah. Some of these are workers.
Those that are-
I remember which she was. She was a good one. I remember we would call her sometimes for advice. Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'll stand with you on the stage. Perfect.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, everybody can see me. Everybody just keep smiling. I'm gonna take a bite. Perfect, thank you.
Good job, Doc. All right.
Okay, now we are moving down to item 5.2, and this is the appointment of Athletic Director, Niceville High School. Dr. Hale?
Yes, sir. Thank you. The superintendent would like to recommend Mr. Daniel Griffin for the position of athletic director at Niceville High School. You've all received his bio. Unfortunately, Mr. Griffin's not able to attend the meeting in person tonight. He's on a family vacation that was planned many months ago. He extends his regrets and heartfelt gratitude for the opportunity and offered his thanks specifically to Mr. Morello, the board members, Mr. Chambers, and his parents for all their support and confidence. Mr. Daniel Griffin.
All right, thank you. And with that, item 5.2 is the appointment of Athletic Director Daniel Griffin to Niceville High School as recommended by the superintendent for approval. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
I'd love to make that motion, Chair.
Thank you. Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries 5-0. So congratulations to Mr. Griffin. All right, so 5.3 will be the appointment of principal for Destin Elementary School. Dr. Hale?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The superintendent would like to recommend Mrs. Amy Meyer for the principal position at Destin Elementary School. Miss Amy Meyer grew up in Niceville, Florida, and is a product of Okaloosa County Schools. She attended West Florida University, earning a bachelor's degree in psychology and later a master's degree in ed leadership. She began her teaching career in 2001, teaching VE and CBS classes at Valpy Elementary School. She then transferred to Niceville High School, where she taught EBD and ESE classes, and later joined the math department teaching intensive math and Algebra 1. She's been a National Board Certified Teacher in ESE, a Niceville High School Teacher of the Year, and was a model math classroom for Okaloosa County. She has been married to her husband Grant for 30 years, and they are proud parents of Harley Meyer and future daughter-in-law Jenny, as well as Hayden Meyer and his wife Megan, who blessed them with their first grandchild this past year, Cash. He is the highlight of their lives. Amy has absolutely loved her time as the assistant principal at Destin Elementary School and has formed treasured relationships there, which makes it all the sweeter to be recommended as principal at what she considers to be the best elementary school ever. Mrs. Amy Meyer.
And with that, we'll go ahead to item 5.3, the appointment of Principal Miss Amy Meyer to Destin Elementary School. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
I would love to make that
All right.
motion.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vanchek. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Meyer.
Thank you. And as my teachers just told me, you're stuck now, so I guess we're doing
You
this.
know what you're getting into.
I do know I'm getting into, yes. Thank you, Dr. Hale.
great.
I want to thank, obviously, Superintendent Chambers, the interview committee, all the board members. I appreciate your trust in me to lead Destin Elementary. It's an exciting time in education, and I'm up for the challenge. There's not enough words or enough time to thank everybody here and around the district that has helped me throughout my educational career. But know that everybody that I've formed relationships with and friendships, I treasure them and thank you very much. I do want to thank my family who's here. My parents are here that have supported me and are my rock for my entire life. My one son is in Fort Myers, but the other one's here with the baby, so that's the important stuff now. He's kind of the favorite at the moment. My husband, who's my sounding board every single night when I come home, and he listens patiently as I unload my day on him. Thank you for your advice, the words of wisdom, and your ability to rein me back in when needed. All that's going to have to continue before now. And finally, my absolutely crazy but wonderful family at Destin Elementary School. All right. Their support and encouragement has meant the world to me. It's been so humbling, and I cannot wait to see what we're going to accomplish together. They're awesome.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Ms. Gardner, would you like to join us for a picture? Amy, call your people up.
Yeah.
Come on, people. All everybody. Come on, guys. Yep. All of you.
This is gonna be a group.
Behind you, so either switch real quick or. Alright, yeah, it's a brain curves. Yes, can you come out? Come on out this way, Jesse. You're good now, and now, Okay, everybody just smile, keep smiling, I'm gonna take a bunch, please, somebody. That's good. Couple more. Perfect. Thank
All right. All right.
Oh, good. I'll send you that one. Okay, I'll send you that one.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move to public hearing. This is section 17. 17.1 is public hearing for adoption of the elementary and secondary codes of student conduct for the 2022 through 2023 school year, presented by Brian Humphrey, Specialist, Student Services, and recommended by the superintendent for approval. Is there anybody from the public here wishing to address item 17.1? Hearing and seeing none, I need a motion to approve item 17.1.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Garner with the second. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries 5-0. So now we'll go back up to section 5. And now we are to 5.4, appointment of assistant principal 2, 10-month, Ruckle Middle School. Dr. Hale?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The superintendent would like to recommend Mrs. Lucretia Wasco for the position of 10-month AP2 at Ruckle Middle School.
With that, I was waiting for a bio, so 5.4 is the appointment of Assistant Principal 2. I can always mess up her name.
Ms. Wasco.
Wasco, yes. To Ruckle Middle School. Do I have a motion to accept that, item 5.4? That.
I'll make that motion.
All right. Thank you. I can't even get it out today.
I
So, Ms.
understand.
Wasco, I'm sorry. But, okay, so Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Ivanchek. Any other discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Phew. And the motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, Ms. Wasco. Hey, sometimes we get tongue-tied up here, so. All right, so 5.5, appointment of Assistant Principal 2, 10-month, Wright Elementary School. Dr. Hale?
Yes, sir, thank you. The superintendent would like to recommend Mr. Michael Denton for the position of 10-month AP2 at Wright Elementary School. Michael Denton is an educator with 25 years of experience. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of North Florida in 1995 and his master's in ed leadership from the University of West Florida in 2004. Michael taught for 1 year just outside of Jacksonville before moving to Destin. From there, he began teaching math and science at Ruckle Middle School, as well as coaching cross country and boys soccer. Mr. Denton then transferred to Niceville High School, teaching science before transitioning to teaching history, with most of those classes being at the AP and ACE level. In addition, he was the girls' soccer coach for 19 years that he was at Niceville High School. This past year, Michael served the county as a consulting teacher, working with over 40 new teachers at 10 different schools, which included Wright Elementary. He's married to Lisa, who previously taught at Niceville and now teaches for Florida Virtual School. Michael's also the proud father of one daughter, Natalie, who just finished her junior year at Niceville and is recently verbally committed to play soccer at Valdosta State University. Mr. Denton is excited to begin work at Wright Elementary School with the faculty and staff that are so clearly passionate about their students. He looks forward to continuing as a lifelong learner at Wright Elementary as he works to put the needs of the students and the support of teachers as the driving factors in his decision-making. Mr. Michael Denton.
All right, thank you, Dr. Hale. And with that, item 5.5 is the appointment of Assistant Principal 2, Mr. Michael Denton, 10-month, Wright Elementary School, as recommended by the superintendent for approval. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make that motion.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. All those in favor say, or any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, Mr. Denton.
First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Chambers and the board for entrusting me this role to me. I'd like to thank the assistant superintendents who've had both direct and indirect roles in my education as an educator, and I'm just appreciative of that. I've had several principals who've mentored me in various ways, including Dr. White, Mr. Palmer, Mr. Chambers, Mr. Nobles. Beyond that, my position this last year as a consulting teacher allowed me to interact and learn from 10 different administrative staffs across the southern part of the county, and allowed me to access so many different principals and assistant principals, and offered me a glimpse into their leadership styles, which has helped continue my education as an educator. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible opportunity that I got this past year as a consulting teacher, and the education that I got from Karen Peak and Sharon Duran, as well as the other consulting teachers. The wealth of knowledge and experience I gained from that team was and will be invaluable to me. I'd like to thank my wife, Lisa, and my daughter, Natalie. They've been a constant support to me as I have made the jump from classroom teacher to consulting teacher and now to an assistant principal. Lastly, I want to address who the focus of this is really about, the faculty and staff at Wright Elementary School. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to get to work with a group of educators who are more than passionate about their students. And I look forward to getting started tomorrow morning as my first day officially as a Wright Dolphin. Thank you.
You're good right there. Okay, keep smiling. Perfect. All right, thank you.
With that, I'm going to recess for 3 minutes, and we'll come back to the meeting at 6:28. So you're free to leave. 6, public comment. This is 6.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board, Form MIS 5241, public input and/or discussion of agenda items, and we received no blue cards tonight. So now we'll move down to Section 7, committee and staff reports. This was workshop only. So now we'll move to Section 8, which is the consent agenda. 8.1 is the approval of the consent agenda. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Evancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. So now we'll go down to Section 9. And this is Superintendent's Human Resource Recommendations. 9.1 and 9.2 are information only, so we'll scoot down to 9.3, Administrative, Managerial, and Professional Technical Personnel Recommendations for the 2022 through 2023 school year. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.4, Personnel Recommendations. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.5, Employment Separations. Need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.6 is Employee Transfers. Need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.7, Employee Suspension. Need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.8, Employee Termination. Need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.9, Employee Termination. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.10, Reinstatement, Reimbursement of Sick Leave due to line of duty illness, injury, medical examination. Need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Evancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.11, Leave Without Pay. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Section 10 is discussion agenda. We had no items that were moved from the consent agenda. So now we are to Section 11, Construction Program Owners Representatives Business. And I will turn it over to Dr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you know, we had our meeting for June, and I've already given you the June report on our construction program. Our next meeting will be July the 11th at 9:30 here in this building. So I'll be able to give you a report just after that one.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. And we do have a few items we need to vote on tonight. 11.2, Authorization for Professional Services Agreement from Faithful and Gould for price validation for program number 6, task order number 19, Richburg School Building 12 renovations. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 11.3, Authorization for Professional Services Agreement from Faithful and Gould for the price validation for program number 6, task order number 2022 through 2023 priority roofing projects. I need a motion to approve.
I'll move it.
Ms. Evancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 11.4, TPM Program Number 6, Task Order Number 21, Pre-GMP for Longwood Elementary School Classroom Renovation. I need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. So item 12, Information Technology Seat Management Contract. We had no business there tonight. Item 13 is Attorney's Business. Mr. McInnes?
No report tonight.
Thank you, sir. And 14 is Superintendent's Business. 14.1 is out-of-state trip request, student trip request. And then 14.2 is usually the time we give to Mr. Chambers. Dr. Hill, any?
I have nothing beyond what the superintendent said at the workshop on Thursday, so
Alrighty.
thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. And section 15 is board members' announcements and requests for information, and 15.1. And tonight I will start with Dr. White.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Dr. Kelly?
Well, I just have a couple of things. First of all, congratulations to all the 6A District 1 players who made the Florida All-State Baseball selection. And we actually had 3 members from Niceville High School, so I'd love to read their names. Brock Morello, Ethan Edge, and Preston Murphy. Congratulations to those students. July the 12th will be the next Citizens Oversight Committee for the sales tax here in this room at 4 o'clock. And as I said, July the 11th will be the next construction committee meeting. And we have approximately 44 days left until our students arrive back. So get ready.
It's
Enjoy
probably a
your
good thing you
summer.
didn't say that in front of all those teachers that were
I
standing
know.
there.
Timing is everything, Ms. Gardner.
Well, and summer school is getting ready to come to an end.
That's
so,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
It
They
has
finish
come to
on
an end in
Thursday.
some schools.
Yep. All right, Ms. Vancheck?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. First of all, on a sad note, unfortunately lost a person who was worked and taught in our district for many, many years, who has had a big influence on me. She actually began teaching at Choctaw High School when I was in the 12th grade. She taught drama, and then later when I was doing my student teaching, I got to do a part of a practicum with her. She is really what I would consider a legend in this school district, Mrs. Jo Yeager. Unfortunately, she passed away, but her reach goes way beyond the school in which she taught for many years. Her talent and the way she could get the best out of students is just remarkable. And she really stayed very active there until probably over the last year or so, and has touched so many lives. So I want to send out condolences to her husband and her son, but also to so many people who I know are feeling that loss and can mark her as a major influence. I know she changed the lives of many, many students. And we say that, but this is no hyperbole. This is true. So my condolences in the loss of Mrs. Jo Yeager. On a happier note, I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July this time next week. I hope everybody's got some fireworks they're about to see and eating some homemade ice cream, things like that, and having a great time as our country celebrates our freedom one more year. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Vancheck. Ms. Gardner?
Thank you for mentioning Jo Yeager. She was an outstanding, touched
Absolutely.
many, many children throughout her years, many years. It was just doing our recognitions today for our new employees, and to see a room full of teachers and employees that are excited, even though I'm kind of glad you didn't say 44 days in front. They may have taken off. But it just shows we're kicking off, the school year's going to be sooner than we realize. And it was great to see all the excitement within our schools, welcoming all our new principals and assistants, and great things coming.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Gardner.
That's all.
All right, so I have just one that came in last night, and this is for Crestview High School. The HOSA team there went to the International Leadership Conference in Nashville, Tennessee, and we actually had some students from Crestview High School place. The first student was Tyra Houghton, and she placed as a top 10 finalist for home health aid. And then in students Kylie McCord and Chloe Moser achieved third place honors in the Community Emergency Response Team event. So this is pretty big considering this was an international event. So congratulations to those students. And that will take care of my moment for tonight. So now we'll move down to section 16 and public comment. This is the 2-minute version, and again, I had no blue cards for this tonight. And so that adjourns our meeting for the night.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.